respect their right to do that. I question why the first time in American history a president has won every swing state and is also best friends, and his largest donor was a man who owns and runs the internet. So I would hope that that would be investigated and that we would see whether or not it was an anomaly.
Donald Trump reportedly reacted angrily after Rosie O'Donnell made a series of explosive claims about him on live television and across social media. Her latest remarks,
I question why the first time in American history,
including questions about his health, appear to have struck a nerve, prompting Trump to fire back publicly and even suggest he could revoke her citizenship, despite the fact that a U.S. president does not have unilateral authority to do so. From July 2025 through January 2026, Rosie repeatedly alleged that Trump may be experiencing dementia, congestive heart failure, and broader cognitive decline. Supporters argue she is raising legitimate concerns about transparency and leadership fitness, while critics contend that her claims are speculative and politically motivated. Regardless of where you stand, the escalating exchange between the two has intensified into a highly visible and polarizing public feud. In this breakdown, we'll examine the key allegations she made, the legal realities behind the citizenship comment, and why her remarks triggered such a strong reaction. Before we continue, drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. I always enjoy seeing how far this community reaches. And a quick note. I can't play Rosie's most recent video here due to explicit language, but I'll summarize her statements so you have the full context.
To touch.
On election night in America, when Kamala Harris was filling up stadiums with people who supported her, and Donald Trump was not able to do that. So it's curious to me. And as an American and a believer in democracy, I would hope that we would be able to look at all of
the controversy escalated on July 13, 2025, when Donald Trump, then serving as President of the United States, posted on Truth Social that he was giving serious consideration to revoking Rosie O'Donnell's citizenship. In the post, he described her as not in the best interests of our great country and a threat to humanity, adding that she should remain in Ireland if they want her. The statement immediately triggered widespread legal and political backlash. O'Donnell was born in Long Island, New York, in 1962, making her a natural-born U.S. citizen. Under the 14th Amendment, a president does not have the authority to revoke the citizenship of a natural-born citizen by executive action. Constitutional scholars and legal analysts were quick to emphasize that citizenship cannot be stripped unilaterally and that such authority does not rest with the presidency. O'Donnell, who relocated to Ireland in January 2025, responded publicly with a sharply worded statement rejecting Trump's characterization of her. She accused him of representing what she views as the country's political decline and alleged that he had previously made threats toward her family, a claim that has not been independently verified. Supporters framed the dispute as a free speech issue involving a sitting president targeting a critic, while Trump's allies characterize it as political theater. The confrontation deepened when O'Donnell appeared on Jim Acosta's program and openly questioned Trump's mental and physical health. She speculated about potential cognitive decline and serious medical conditions, citing what she interpreted as visible symptoms during public appearances. However, no official medical diagnosis has been released to support those claims, and the White House has not substantiated the allegations. At the same time, broader media and political tensions were rising. CBS announced that The Late Show with Stephen Colbert would conclude in 2026, a decision Trump publicly celebrated while criticizing late-night television hosts. O'Donnell suggested the cancellation may have been politically influenced, though no evidence has established government involvement in the network's decision. Meanwhile, Protests in Minnesota opposing immigration enforcement policies drew national attention. Trump criticized certain demonstrations and signaled he could consider expanded federal authority if unrest escalated. Supporters described the protests as peaceful civic activism, while critics argued that some actions crossed legal boundaries. What began as a personal feud has since evolved into a broader political flashpoint. The clash now intersects with constitutional limits, executive authority, media independence, public protest, and the boundaries of political speech in an increasingly polarized America.